It has 77 restaurants around the globe, and it's been in Asia for over a decade. But how is Morton's handling increasing competition and expanding its presence here in Asia? Well, I spoke with Morton CEO Artinian to find out.
Over the last several years, it's revamped 50 restaurants, making them lighter and more attractive to a younger generation. Steps to help the 33-year-old restaurant chain keep up with the current market and combat rising prices and rising competition.
It's been a fight since 2008 and 2009. Things were tough, I think, for everyone in the fine dining segment, luxury, and everyone in general. But for us, there's a couple things that have been going well. In late 2009, we started to see a turn in business travel, luxury hotel, and business entertaining. I think businesses pulled back everything in 08 and 09, stopped entertaining, but they had to get back on the road and see their guests. So ever since then, we've really followed the hotel and luxury retail trends, which have been positive. So the last 7 quarters, we've come positive along with it.
The New York-listed Steakhouse chain has seen its share price decline by around 20% so far this year, in line with overall turbulence in the market. And it now has its focus firmly fixed on major growth economies of the world.
We added a 4th about a year ago in Shanghai, which was our first one in mainland China. But Asia is very exciting for us. Singapore is our first one, and it's really created a great foundation, a stepping stone for Asia for us. Now all of our international growth is focused in this part of the world. I've just been through Tokyo, Beijing, and Taipei, and we're looking for a second one in Shanghai, and I hope to open our first one in Beijing very shortly. Seoul, Korea. It's really, the opportunities out here are endless, so we're looking very forward to moving that along.
So 4 locations here in Asia. How many can we expect by the end of 2012 with as you mentioned, opening a Beijing on the cards?
We are very close. We have nothing inked quite yet, but we are very close on a couple of locations. So it would not be unusual to see 1, 2 a year, at least, for the considerable future, 12, 13, 14, and beyond, in those areas.
So of your 77 restaurants around the world, where are the ones in Asia ranked?
They are absolutely in the top quartile. Some of our most successful restaurants exist out here, which is why we're so excited to open more. Every year, these restaurants have grown over the year prior since we've been in Asia. It's been incredibly exciting. I mean, Singapore just continues to go.
Asia is quite a different market from the U.S. What are some of the challenges in catering to Asian consumers in comparison to their Western counterparts?
There's been some subtle things that we've done, let's say, in mainland China, like in Shanghai. Normally we have 2 or 3 private dining rooms, but in Shanghai we have 11 private dining rooms, ranging from a room that could hold 6 to a room that could hold 70. And that's, private dining is big over there. They like they have private dining with windows so they can be seen, and but it's really very subtle nuances, and it's the same menu that you'd see in Chicago exists in Shanghai, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Macau.
While Morton's revenues did increase 7.8% on year, for the 3rd quarter of 2011, it did report a net loss of $2 million. For the group, one of the largest cost increases was that of food and beverage, which jumped 10% on year.
We've been very fortunate to have some price elasticity. So we took a strategy at the end of last year, and also recently here in October, to increase prices a bit, because inflation, especially on beef and commodities, of course, has really been pretty drastic in comparison to recent years. So being on the luxury end, we've been very fortunate to be able to pass most of that through and still deliver on the quality.
I see. Now opening up 1 or 2 new operations or new restaurants in Asia is quite an aggressive expansion plan. How are you positioned to fund those? I mean, where is the capital going to be coming from?
Well, I mean, we do have a capital expenditure plan, and we also, like in Shanghai, we have a joint venture partnership to help along with that. It's been exciting. I mean, we've moved our base of operations out here for Asia. Our regional director of operations now lives in Hong Kong, and we have our vice president of construction who's decided that he'd like to live in Asia, and it worked out beautifully for us because we're going to build some restaurants out here. So we're really well positioned.
Now, what's next for Morton's? What's the big story for Morton's in 2012?
We've already signed a relocation of some of our older restaurants is really part of the strategy. Our Tyson's Corner, Virginia restaurant will be opening up in midsummer, and we just did a relocation that has been almost 3 times the business since changing locations. You know, being around for 33 years, sometimes the market changes. So we're shifting some of our restaurants to be in a better position, or if not outposition our competitors, which is working very well. We'll continue to remodel our restaurants to include Bar 1221, that great point of destination that we have here in Singapore and throughout our restaurants in Asia, which is very, very exciting for us. So, and then, you know, we'll continue to, we're really, really close and excited. I think we would not be surprised if we opened up another one here in 2012 at least.